G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Today we're down at Thredbo in the snowy mountains of New South Wales, and we're going to tackle that question, what do I do when I've been boarding down the slopes all day and I'm starving? So in this video I'm going to take you through some of the places you can eat based on my own experiences down there snowboarding over a couple of years. We're going to start with some of the places up the mountain, then some of the places down the mountain, and then some of the places you might want to end up at the end of a big day. Alright, let's go. So we're going to start at a place that I think you'll eat out a lot. We certainly did, which is the Merritts Mountain House. Now this is right at the top of the gondola, and it's at the bottom of the cruiser section. And this is kind of like probably the middle tier of where you'll find yourself doing a lot of snowboarding and skiing. As your kids kind of progress, they'll start down on Friday Flats, or you'll start down at Friday Flats, then you'll progress up to the cruiser area reasonably quickly, which is where you'll find a lot of the green runs. And down at the bottom they've got this really nice big pub with a huge big beer garden to it. There's a toilet there. You can go in and get kind of classic pub fare, beers, shots, that kind of thing. You kind of circle round like you would at like a bistro, kind of go in one end, get your food, come out the other through the checkout, and then you can go outside. There's always heaps of seating. It's hard to get a spot inside, to be fair, but you know, it's not priced that favourably for your wallet, but it is right in the thick of the action. It's an easy place to meet as well. If you're with a group, you can just say, hey, let's all meet down there at Merritts Mountain House. Now more towards the centre of the mountain, down the popular high noon route, you'll come across Frostbite, which is effectively just a bar. It does have a few little bits and pieces you can eat, very basic food, but it's a good spot if you're finding Merritts Mountain House too crowded, but you want to stay on that half of the mountain. You can drop by Frostbite there. It's also just a good place to just drop in, get a beer, get a nice view as you go. It's got a sister place as well called the Karila Hut, which is down off the Super Trail. So that's an alternative as well if you end up more towards that Crackenback Mountain. Now a bit higher up you'll find Black Sally. Now I found this was a really good spot if you're coming down the hill from the basin or from right at the top of the Kosciuszko chairlift. You can, especially if there's a whiteout or something like that, if you just get trapped in some bad vision, you just head over to Black Sally, I think it's pronounced Sally, and you can just get a beer, there's food there. It's kind of like really intimate, and you're kind of all bundled in there together. It's got a really good atmosphere. If it's on a clear day, you get a really good view too. It's not the highest restaurant. You can go up to Eagle's Nest, which is a bit more of a finer dining experience. This is the highest mountain in Australia, highest restaurant in Australia, I believe, at 1937 metres. But yeah, I found myself using Black Sally instead. Now you find more alternatives and some cheaper alternatives at the bottom of Crackenback as you're kind of coming down the mountain. There's heaps of different routes that go down there. Super Trail, Meadows, World Cup, they all kind of come down to that bottom Kosciuszko chairlift. As you approach, there's some really basic stuff in the terminal itself, like you can get coffees, a couple of drinks, sausage rolls, pies, a few things like that. Otherwise, if you cross the bridge, there's more options available to you. You've got the bakery, which is a bit of a hidden gem. It's a great place to go and get some food. Again, it's like a lot more expensive than back at home, but you can get some good feed here for a cheaper amount of money. Then you'll also find a run of kind of fast food places. There's a pizza place, there's a kebab shop. You can get burgers, that kind of stuff. I can vouch for the kebabs. I had one of those. It was very expensive kebab, but it was extremely filling and really, really good option. So you can kind of get that kind of stuff on the other side of the bridge from the Valley Terminal, which is a good spot for lunch. Now, if you're like us, you've probably got kids with you or multi-generational, and at the end of the day, the sun's set, the last rides are closed, you find yourself at the bottom of Friday Flats. It's the closest place to the parking lot, and at a couple of places you probably end up. You've got the Friday Flats Bar and Bistro, which is a pretty standard kind of almost like RSL-like experience. You got the bistro on one side, you got a bar on the other side. It'll serve you mulled wine. You can get your basic, fast foody style experience in there. So if everyone's really starving, at the end of the day, you can get something to eat or just a drink. Or for a bit more of an upbeat experience, there's the River Inn, which I think is actually part of a accommodation, but on the back end of it, you got the River End Bar and Bistro, and they'll do live music. It's a bit more vibey, a lot more people pumped up, more beer focused, but you can get food there as well, like pub food. So that's also an option for you. So these are just some of the places you can eat. Thredbo claims there's over 30 different bars and restaurants over the mountain and in the village itself. But these are the places where I found myself eating while I was there, and a little bit of a look inside. Obviously there's been prices that you would have seen in this video. Please ignore those because they will have changed. They always do. But it will give you a little bit of a guide anyway on what to expect, and hopefully help you out when you're on the mountain and you've got a feed. You can think back to this video and go, oh, I know where I'm off to. Anyway, I'm Chris Dead. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you have a look at my other videos. I've got a few different videos up around Thredbo, including some best runs and some stuff on the ski lessons. So go check those out. Otherwise, until next time, I'm getting back on the road. You!